What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this hot Monday and hope you're staying cool. Look, we have a white nationalist leader right here. His name is Eric Orwell. And Eric Orwell has actually carved out a spot in the Ozarks of Arkansas, the northeastern Arkansas, that is, okay? Where it's a whites only community. That's right, you heard me. Whites only community. Where there's no blacks, no gays, and no Jews. Okay. Now, as far as the gay part go, I'm sure he's wrong on that part because, well, after all, that kind of culture comes from, a lot of whites. And I'm not being facetious when I say that, but be that as is, they do not want blacks in their community. They do not want so-called Jews in their community or gays. Okay. Now the thing is this. Look, the only problem I have with that is this. Number one, your community is in the Caucasus Mountains, and you have no right carving out no spots saying where black people shouldn't be. Now, I don't have any problem with, you guys wanting to be to yourselves. That's all well and good. But you should afford the same rights to, black people when we talk about being by ourselves. Because every time we do, you in the mix calling us racist and what have you. And if there were a time where we could ever go and build something for ourselves, you can rest assured y'all gonna show up. And when you do, you're going to try to take over. Hell, your ancestors did it already. Right here on this soil. Where our people was here first, and then you came and colonized. You see what I'm saying? So, this is bull all across the board. You know what I mean? Khazarian Mountains is where you belong. Okay? Caucasus Mountains, that is where you need to be going. But you want to be everywhere except there, claiming something that's not yours. Okay? And that's just what it is. Now, what I want us to do is listen to some of his little bull rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? Then we're going to get back to the commentary. Check this out.
No blacks, no Jews, no gays. High up in the Ozark Hills in the state of Arkansas, dozens of people have been working hard, building houses and a new type of community. It's called Return to the Land, and it is a town open to white people only. They are millennials and Gen Z, and this is a new update of age-old prejudice.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
And that culture, effectively, we're saying this is a white culture, a whites only place.
White American culture.
But what this sounds like is bringing back segregation. Is that a fair assessment?
It's free association. So we're not trying to keep other people down. This is a small settlement in the middle of the Ozarks.
But they are being kept out, even though...
you don't let everyone into your home.
Around 40 people live here. Hundreds more from across the world have paid to be members. And while the men do the physical labour, the women take care of the children who live here full time.
You can be a very loving community if you're part of the community, but if you're black, or if you're Jewish, or if you're gay, you can't be part of that community.
They can have their own communities, and they already do.
You might be wondering how any of this can be legal. Return to the Land is structured as a private members association, which they believe allows them to discriminate on the basis of ethnicity, along with other factors. That has yet to be tested in the courts and may well fail. The Arkansas Attorney General has said his office is now reviewing the matter as a result of our reporting, and that there is no room for racial discrimination in Arkansas or anywhere in a free society. A seemingly bucolic and sometimes surreal experience. But this is built on a radical modern premise, made possible because of a new political and technological moment. one with strong ties to the most active far-right groups in the US. Instead of taking to the streets, they are building their own, for generations to come.
It's important for me to do this for my ancestors, my friends, my family, my children, my children's children.
But in this southern US state, people who have lived through segregation once fear it is returning.
When you hear things like that, it causes you to be fearful. And you don't know who to trust.
Its founder says he is building a fortress for the white race.
It's a racial association. I kind of want to ask you, after seeing this, do you think what we're doing is immoral?
See, this whole entire movement is racist and lame across the board and full of lies. Talking about some return back to the land. You're not returning back to no land, because if you were, like I said before, you will be returning back to the Caucasus Mountains in Khazaria. That's where you will be returning back to, you see. And then to add insult to injury, they're not just talking about, building this place in Arkansas, in the Ozarks. They're also talking about expanding to Missouri. Okay? Yeah, Missouri. They want to even take over that. You see, I see where this is going. This white nationalist group is actually just basically trying to take over the United States. And if they do that, guess what? Back to segregation. Segregation is fine by me. I honestly don't have any problem with it. But the thing is this. When you start telling me where I can go or where I can't go, you know what I mean? You're not welcome here. There's a problem. That is a problem, because here's the deal. This land is really not yours. It never was. You came over here and colonized. By what? By what methods? Raped, robbed, and stole, as well as killed. Okay? That's how you did it. And you know what happens to criminals in the end. And your fate is prophesied in the Most High's word. You know what I mean? You are not going to get away with this. You're not. This is Cain's seed that you're looking at, a vagabond. You see what I mean? Running about, rape, robbing, and pillaging. You see what I'm saying? And killing. That's what it all boils down to. And then crying the victim when you call them out on the dirty things that they do. And then reverse racism by pointing a finger back at you, saying you racist because you calling out the wrong they have done and what they're still doing. You see, and that's what it is, Now, there's a scripture in the Most High's word that says, when the Most High comes back and dispatches the enemy where he belongs, in hell, you see what I'm saying? That everything on this earth is going to relax. Us, the people, even the fir tree is going to rejoice because this terror is no longer on the earth. You see what I mean? Because all they are here to do is to create chaos, racism, hatred. You see what I'm talking about? And that's funny. It really is, because like I'm saying, by the way you came of being, you wasn't supposed to. You wasn't supposed to do. It has something to do with you being of Cain's seed and who your mother was. And that's what makes us brothers. And I don't like that. You see what I mean? Just like with Jacob and Esau. Brothers. I don't like that. Okay? Have brothers. As it is said that Cain was of that wicked one. Who's the wicked one? Who's the wicked one? The one that sold him. Who's the devil? The Mashiach told your ancestors, you are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. What is the father's lust? Wickedness, evil. And that's what you've been doing, Mr. White Nationalist. Nobody cares. You can move off the planet for all I care. I don't care where you go, when it comes to that. But if you're going to move somewhere and go back to the land, as you say, go back to Khazaria, Caucasus Mountains. Okay? Go back there. For once in your life, tell the truth. If you can. That's all I got on this one, people. I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular situation right here, which more than likely you won't be able to, because somebody just like this man you looking at going to erase your comments and make sure that you can't communicate. We can't, you know what I mean? Because, hey, that's what they do, okay? But thanks for trying anyway. Make sure to try and like, share the video, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.